Good evening from Xfinity Center, where Maryland takes it 62-56 in overtime. Joining Bruce and I, this is Wayne Viner, that's Bruce Ponser for Red Turtle Productions, is Stan the Fan. Stan, what'd you make of this overtime slugfest?
Well, I read a tweet by Mark Viviano of Channel 13 about 5 minutes ago, and he said, note to championship-type teams, you're going to have nights like this, and the thing to do is survive and just move on. And that's what the Terps can look at this as. It wasn't their best game. They played a very sloppy game, but the defense really saved the day, and Melo Trimble and some free throw shooting really was the difference tonight.
My history of basketball, and it's pretty good, I think. When you play a game,
What's your opinion?
When you play a game like you did on Saturday, that was flawless. That was almost perfect. You usually get a little cocky and you come out a little flat.
It's called a trap game,
right?
Yeah,
and you got a big one coming up against Michigan State next week against Iowa. This you look past this game, and that's what happens. 48 points for the Terps in 40 minutes. That's impossible. It's almost impossible.
On the good side, Melo, he was terrific most of the time. He has 18 points, goes 8 of 18 from the floor. Only 1 of 6 from 3, 1 of 1 on the free throw line, gets 6 assists. Carter had
14 rebounds, as you well pointed out, late in the ball game. A big stat, though, guys, was Northwestern was only 5 for 12 shooting free throws, 41%. Maryland was 16 for 19, 87%.
Big difference.
That was a huge difference tonight.
Got to say, who was in the house tonight, besides the publisher of Press Box, Stan the Fan, we had John Wall from the Wizards. We had Mitch Kupchak, all right, from the Los Angeles Lakers.
Kevin Greavy
also from the Lakers.
A scout for the Lakers.
And you know they were here to look at Melo and Diamond Stone with 2 picks in that first round. And Melo didn't let him down.
And Bob Ferry was here as well.
He's always here. He's a regular.
Okay.
He's a regular.
So I thought this was going to be a 1-50 game, wins it. Didn't even make it. It was 48 all at overtime. And right now you're going to see Melo and the guys gang up on the Northwestern ball handler, get a turnover right before overtime. And then Melo comes down, they run down the clock, the shot comes up short, we go into overtime. And we'll talk about that overtime here in a minute. This is the Northwestern Mutual Postgame Show. That's Bruce Posner, Stan the Fan Charles. I'm Wayne Viner. We'll be back after this word from Dan Schiffman and Northwestern Mutual. Support for Terp Talk Game Day comes from Dan Schiffman of Northwestern Mutual. Team up with the right financial partner to advise you on your personal and financial plans. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together. You can reach Dan at 301-698-8955 or on the web at www.danschiffman.com. That's DANSCHIFFMAN. danschiffman.com and 301-698-8955. We're back here on the floor at Xfinity Center. Maryland still wins it, 62-56. The overtime.
You say that like you can't believe it.
I still can't believe it. I might have to look at the video again. If you look at the video, you said Diamond Stone had a heck of a game.
Yeah, Diamond Stone wound up with 11 points. Made a lot of foul shots down the wire that really put the game away. Played well, was in foul trouble, and such was that. I have to tell you something, all right? This game's a little worrisome, all right? Tonight, when Melo went out of the game, all right, I'm not knocking Varoom, but the team kind of fell apart offensively, and that's not good, all right? It didn't happen against Ohio State, but it did happen tonight. And Jaron Nickens was cold again.
A little off.
I thought Lehman played well. I think he had about 8 or 9 rebounds.
Well, it's the defense that did it. What'd you make of Suleiman tonight?
Suleiman, as Bruce pointed out, played an almost picture-perfect game Saturday against Ohio State. And tonight, I don't know, he really fell into the personal trap he was having trouble getting open, getting his shot, forced a couple here and there, didn't get any points until, I think, overtime, right?
2 foul shots.
2 foul shots.
And missed
And that
2
was
big
it.
foul shots down the wire. But
So, hey, the Terps, they do one thing well, and that really is close out games. You're going to see Mello cut the middle. He's going to drop a pass to Stone. He's going to get fouled.
What a pass that was.
before that, he had a pass to Carter. So, in other words, that was 5 points, and the final margin of victory was 6.
Right. And then Stone gets fouled down the end, and he makes 2 free throws that got to 60-56.
Stone 2 for 2 from the line tonight. As we mentioned, almost 80% on the season.
Let's talk this game's history. We're 6-1. We now play Michigan State on Saturday night up there. It's the game day for ESPN. Darnell Valentine, Michigan's coming off a couple losses. They're 3-3 in conference. I have to tell you, that's going to be a tough one. And then we come back home next Thursday for probably our home game of the year against Iowa. Undefeated Iowa right now, undefeated in conference.
Right. We're not bad. 17-2, 6-1 overall.
No complaints. It just was. It didn't look like the Terps tonight. It was not a Final Four team we saw out there.
You're going to have nights like this, and as Mark Viviano said, and I mentioned it at the outset, the thing to do when you have nights like this is to survive, and Maryland got the win. And nobody will remember that they won in a sloppy fashion. They just got the win. That's the most important thing.
It's strange to see a team got 100 the other night. They got 48 in your
They
40
had
minutes.
48 in the first half the other night.
Yeah, they did. That's pretty good.
Bruce hit the nail on the head, though, when he pointed out the trap nature of this game is when you get high for a big home game and you absolutely do everything to perfection, and then you play a little bit lesser of opponent, not taking anything away. Chris Collins is building a nice program over there, Northwestern, but this was a down night for the Terps, and they played a little bit down to the competition.
They did just a little bit, but they came in 15-4, 3-3. Northwestern did. We'd also like to thank Meyer Consulting Engineers of Rockville, and it's time to play their spot. Meyer Consulting Engineers. In the past 5 years, our organization has completed over 1,300 projects in the U.S. and abroad, including many structures at the University of Maryland. For structural engineering and materials testing and inspection, call Meyer Consulting Engineers. And welcome back. Our last mini segment, we're going to let Stan the Fan. How long have you been known as Stan the Fan?
I've been known as Stan the Fan since 1981. Only my friends call me Stan the Fan, and you guys are friends. Seriously.
It's getting sappy. Oh, it's making Bruce sick.
As Bruce points out, it's a huge turnaround game Saturday night at Michigan State. That's not going to be an easy one. That's one that defines your character a little bit, and I think the Terps will come out and play a much stronger game on Saturday night.
6:30 ESPN. It's big time. I mean, you want big time basketball, you got it. Maryland, Michigan State. I saw Gary Williams talk on that Coaches Roundtable show they have on BTN, and he brought up once again the one loss he can't get over is that loss against Michigan State. He thought he had a Final Four team with that last Gravis team. Bruce?
Yeah, final comments tonight. I'm going to try and get it up on the website tonight. You had to see the performance of Coach K. It was almost unbelievable. A guy with 3 championships?
4 championships.
3 championships.
So we're talking about the Syracuse 62-60 game.
And when the game was over, he didn't shake hands with half the team of Syracuse. I can't believe it. This is a guy who's won 3-game losing streak in 10 years.
I've read comments his back might start hurting again.
That's true. That's true.
Jimmy Boeheim defended him all the way.
What'd he say?
He said that there was a lot of sniping going on from the crowd, and he didn't want to feed that, and that's why he left.
Okay, well, whatever. So, hey, we're still happy. We still won 62-50.
He gets a win, and he's still got to bash Coach K. He'll never let it go.
We're never going to let it go because we still hate Duke. But my mother said don't say that on the air. But that's it for tonight, isn't it?
24 days until the first lacrosse game.
Oh, now you're happy again.
All right.
For Stan the Fan, this is Wayne Viner. That's Bruce Posner. Say goodnight, Bruce.
Good night, everybody. Remember, read Pressbox. My man.
PressBoxOnline.com too.
All right.
We hit Terminus!